Hi everyone! Today I'm trying something a little new and it's just basically a rant, hence the red lighting because I'm fucking angry. What time is it? It's after midnight. After midnight. And I was just trying to get some reading in, decided to pull out the Kindle and pick up Crown of Feathers. I was like 32% of the way through and I made it to 37% before I said, fuck this shit. Maybe point out, I have been reading that book for about 2 hours and I still have about 5.5 left to go. Way too fucking long. Now, I know I don't read fantasy, but I was like, I'll give it a bash. What I didn't realise was that Crown of Feathers is an Owl Crate book. Now, I used to love Owl Crate, I used to get Owl Crate, I thought it was great. Until it started becoming Fantasy Central and they started sending out books that were kind of shit. Are you gonna come get annoyed too? Owl Crate's books, they were giving like 5 stars to the Owl Crate, what are they called? Like sponsored people, fucking partners and shit. They were giving the books like high ratings. I was getting the books, I was reading the books and going, meh. So when I saw that the Owl Crate people had read the book and it was going to be like an Owl Crate book, I should have had alarm bell ringing. But no, I thought it's going to be great. Let me read the Crown of Feathers description. So Crown of Feathers by Nikki Palpretto. May I point out that this is it says Crown of Feathers 1, so there's going to be a series. Oh, I've got a posh accent coming on, so we know that I'm really unhappy now. In a world ruled by fierce warrior queens. Okay, I mean that's not true. We learn about the queens being dead, but alright. In a world ruled by fierce warrior queens, a grand empire was built upon the backs of Phoenix Riders, legendary hero. That grammar is dreadful, we need a comma there. A grand empire was built upon the backs of Phoenix Riders, legendary heroes who soared through the sky on wings of fire until a war between two sisters ripped it all apart. 16 years later, Veronica is a war orphan who dreams of becoming a Phoenix Rider from the stories of old. After a shocking betrayal from her controlling sister, we're gonna get to that, Veronica strikes out alone to find the Riders, even if that means disguising herself as a boy to join their ranks. Because women aren't good enough in this world. They were, but not anymore. Just as Veronica finally feels like she belongs, her sister turns up and reveals a tangled web of lies between them that will change everything. I didn't get that far. And meanwhile, the new empire has learned of the Riders' return. Obviously, that's going to be the fucking complication. And intends to destroy them once and for all. Crown of Feathers is an epic fantasy about love's incredible power to save or destroy. Throughout is interspersed the story of Avalkyra Ashfire, the last Rider Queen who would rather see her empire burn than fall into her sister's hands. Okay. So, first of all, that sounds like it's about a girl called Veronica who like goes off to find Phoenix Riders and is going to become a Phoenix Rider and she's going to like save the world. What I got in the first 37% of this book was a shitload of info about the politics of the world that I didn't give a fuck about. A constant reminder that like phoenixes are rare and they basically don't exist, but like Val is adamant that there's still phoenix eggs out there, so then she finds phoenix eggs and they're trying to hatch these 2 phoenix eggs so the girls can have phoenixes together. And I don't know what the fuck they intend to do with them when the whole world like wants to get rid of them, but you know. The 2 girls talk about the fact that they are not only animages, which means that they can feel animals and like their pain and their thoughts or whatever, but they're also shadow mages, so they can like read people's thoughts and like influence people. That's important. We then meet Sev, who is a soldier for the like empire. He's an animage, but he's in hiding because if he was an animage and they caught him, he'd have to be a bond servant, which means basically a slave prisoner, but he would be allowed to do his magic. So it becomes this whole thing that the bond servants are like, you're horrible because you've like shunned away your magic and but they actually kind of need him for their plan because then he's an insider, but I don't fucking know. We also meet Tristan and He is basically just an asshole. He's a phoenix rider. His dad is like the main-ish guy, and he's just an asshole, and he tries to stop Veronica getting to the phoenix riders but like fails and meh. So back to Veronica. Her and her sister get these phoenix eggs. All great. They're trying to hatch the phoenix eggs. Somehow, only after one of the eggs hatches and conveniently goes to Veronica, the younger and sort of more not introverted, but like Val is very like fuck you, powerful, like gets what she wants, bold, brash kind of girl. Only after that one egg is hatched do they suddenly remember that phoenixes can only be born when they're like in the bones of like dead things, and it's a life for a life, which means that it'll have killed the other egg so it could be alive. And Val takes it out on Veronica. She gets so pissed off that Veronica's got the phoenix. And like, I get it, you could be jealous, like you wanted the phoenix, you're the older sister, blah blah blah, but like the phoenix chose your sister. Be grateful you have a fucking phoenix. You're in a world where they've tried to eradicate phoenixes and your own type of people. You have a phoenix. Chill. No. Val disagrees with how Veronica chooses to command her phoenix. Val thinks that you should just demand and that the animal's beneath you and should obey, whereas Veronica is like, no, we're like friends, they're bond mates, that's what they're called, and they have this connection, and Veronica's more like, please will you do this? So Val like holds out a grape or some shitty thing, and she's like, tell the phoenix not to come and take it. But no, Veronica can't do that. Veronica's like, oh I can't, and like the phoenix is like, but it's food. The phoenix knows Val and knows it can trust Val, so it goes over, it eats the fucking food that Val has poisoned, so the fucking phoenix dies. And I'm just sitting there like, you just wouldn't do that. No matter how jealous you are that your sister got the phoenix, you did not go to all that fucking trouble to find the damn egg and hatch it to kill the phoenix. You just don't do that. So, disagreed. Very much appreciated the fact that Veronica was like, fuck you, I'm going away to find the phoenix riders. Like, hell yeah girl, get away from that toxic bitch. So she goes off to this little town, meets this girl who's blind, and then they meet a guy and they overhear him talking this like ancient tongue that somehow, like they're in the open speaking this ancient tongue, and Veronica's like, hey, I know you're speaking this language, I know you're phoenix riders, and they're like, you must be mistaken. And I'm like, why the fuck would you speak that language? Like, you know, they're trying to have a secret conversation about the fact they're phoenix riders, but they're not hiding the fact they're speaking an ancient tongue that like no one should know. So, you know, anyone walking past would be like, what the fuck, they're talking a weird language. Maybe it's this. No, apparently that doesn't happen. So Veronica's like, take me with you, and the guy, after blatantly saying like, I don't know what you're talking about, not a phoenix rider, go away, it's like, but if I was recruiting, it would be for a boy. Like, she could be a spy. She could be a spy that has been told to go up to you, and like, you deny it, but then you're like, oh, but yeah, like, I totally am. So Veronica cuts her hair, waits a week, and strolls along to like the camp. Basically she gets found by happenstance. This Tristan guy is like on watch over this guy's on his phoenix, and he sees her and he's like, hey, intruder. So he like calls everyone, and then they're like, it's just a fucking boy. The commander guy, or whatever the fuck he is like, I know you, and she's like, it was my sister said that you're taking boys. So she ends up being like a stable hand, and I don't fucking know. So we kind of ignore Veronica for a while, and we follow Sev, the Empire soldier, and honestly, like, the whole thing, like, there's an animage bond servant woman, Trix, who's like, we need you to do shit for us, get yourself on pack animal duty with Cade, who's this animage bond servant who fucking hates Sev, and he's basically just gotta like look after fucking llamas and shit and not seem like he's an animage. But he's then like, because like he doesn't want to help out, but then Trix is like, if you don't help out, I'm going to tell everyone you're an anime agent, whatever. And in the end he's like, fuck it, I'm just going to run away. So he takes a llama and tries to run away, and then Cade like comes after him, which doesn't make sense to me because Cade goes on foot. So like surely this means that like, because it's, when you're reading it, it's as if Sev has been like riding the llama for like ages, but no, he's apparently just like walked 2 feet away, and then Cade's like, hey, why didn't I just fucking take the llama and run? I don't know, but anyway, you know, that's not gonna help the plot. So Cade's like, nah, we need to go back. So they start heading back because they were like leaving the camp to go somewhere else, and like the convoy's like stopped still. Can you stop scratching? So the convoy's like standing there, and Sev's like, shit, the boss person's there or whatever. And he goes to Cade, he's like, leave this to me. So he goes over and bullshits some story about how like he took the llama and the bond servant because the llama had a limp, and the bond servant said it just needed a massage or something like that. And the boss person is like, is that the lame llama? And Sev's like, yeah, it can walk fine now. Nah. The fucking main boss man slits the llama's throat. He's like, it's fucking useless now, let's just kill it. And then, you know what I was saying about fucking, constantly, like, I was just constantly being told by people like, I'm an animage, I can feel animals, like I have a connection with them. At this point, I was like, if somebody tells me what an animage is one more time, I'm gonna snap my Kindle in half. And of course, he slits this llama's throat, and Sev's sitting there going, I could feel everything that the llama felt because I'm an animage and I had to hide. And I was like, I'm fucking done. I was like, I am so fucking done. And I'm just like, what? And at this point, Veronica hasn't even got to be like a Phoenix Rider yet. And I'm just sitting. Now, to be fair, when she does originally go to the place, this woman is like trying to like, she uses shadow magic to like influence her. But like in the town, right, when she first met the guy and he was like, I'm not a thing, but if I was, why didn't she just use shadow magic to like make him take her? She's like admittedly doesn't use it much, but like he's hardly gonna fucking out you to the emperors and or whatever, like the empire, like, oh, I don't know. I'm just so annoyed. It was entirely info dumpy. The 3 perspectives, like each character just felt the same. I didn't particularly care for any of them, and I'm just honestly, I'm just so fucking mad, because if I get told one more time that an animage can feel the animal, like, nah, I don't even care at this point about Phoenix Riders, about Veronica becoming a Phoenix Rider, about like saving the empire, like, and this whole like Val showing, like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I was waiting for? I was honestly waiting for the fucking Phoenix to come back to life. Like, there's a moment where Veronica's like, oh, if I put it in fire, it'll come alive again. It doesn't. But I was honestly just sitting like, this Phoenix is gonna fly out of nowhere at some point, and I'm just gonna be so pissed off because like convenience make the Phoenix alive again. No. But yeah, like the only reason, like there was no reason for Val to kill the Phoenix. The guy killing the llama was purely to kind of say that non-animages just don't care about animals or something. And I'm just like, it was 37% of being patronised about my ability to understand an animage. That wasn't like, and then like the interspersed shit between chapters about the Phoenix Queen, Alpha, whatever her name is. I don't care. I don't care about some queen from like 100 years ago, or maybe it was like 25 years ago, 16 years ago, whatever it was. I'm like, I don't care. Your world has like been shattered. They don't like the Phoenix Riders and animages anymore. We've established this. I don't need to know how it happened. I want to know how the fuck yous are gonna band together, overthrow this empire, and make the entire population of non-animage people like you again. No, we don't get that. We don't get that. We just get told what an anime is 75,000 times. So I am done. I am done. This book and Girls of Paper and Fire have put me off fantasy for a while, like typical YA fantasy. Just to segue back to Girls of Paper and Fire for a second, because I haven't spoke about it. These books just kind of feel similar. Now, I gave Girls of Paper and Fire 3 stars, but upon looking back, it's more of like a 2-star, and I pretty much only kept reading it because it was the BookTube games, and I was like, I'm getting double pages. But that book had the situation where you had different casts. You had Moon cast, which are like pure demon, Steel cast, half demon, and Paper cast, which are human. But like, I don't fucking understand the difference. So like, there's the difference between that and that. Girls of Paper and Fire couldn't fucking understand the difference. Crown of Feathers understood it all too fucking well, but was continually told about it. And I just like, both books kind of felt like the characters were flat. It felt like everything was info dumped, more so in Crown of Feathers. But it was just like, here's information, here's how the world works, here's the political situation. And I was like, listen, I ain't here for a fucking TED Talk or like BBC News discussion. Like, show me. Show me how the world is. I can figure it the fuck out. Like, I'm not an idiot. Like, oh, Girls of Paper and Fire, it was Alex Black's review video on it. She pointed out how, like, at one point, this girl says to the main character, like, oh, this one's quiet because she thinks people hate her. And instead of just kind of leaving it at that, the main character's like, oh, so she doesn't talk to us because then, like, she's worried that we'll just not like her. And I'm like, we fucking established this. Like, why is everything being over-explained? And I kind of felt like I was getting that with the fucking anime in Crown of Feathers, and I was just like, shut the fuck up. And I'm way too angry about a book that I read 37% of. But yeah, it's way too long. I mean, if you look at some of the 1 and 2 star reviews on Goodreads, people are saying that it's too long, it's info dumpy, the characters are bland, and I'm just fed up. I'm just done. And yeah, I do not recommend. Do not recommend. On that note, I'm gonna go read Tiger Lily, which the camera is done. Yeah, no, Tiger Lily, I'm only pointing it out in this video because Books with Chloe, it was her first ever 1-star read, if I recall. So she really hated that, so I just thought it'd be funny to tell you guys I hated a book and DNF10 decided to pick up a book that I know somebody really fucking hated. But hey, who knows, maybe we'll have another rant. So yeah, let me know if you like this sort of setup for the rant review. I just felt that like if I sat on it and then actually set up a video and try to do like a proper review, it would be crap. But like you could have my raw thoughts this way, and I like the ambiance of it. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Let me know if this, I know this is like a highly anticipated book for a lot of people. So let me know if you end up reading it and if you enjoy it. Let me know if you have read it and you agree or disagree. And I guess I will see you guys in my next video, which could be a rant, could be a haul. Who the fuck knows with me? I certainly don't. But yeah, thank you for listening to me rant about a book for however long this video is. Bye. My voice, oh my god, my throat is starting to hurt from being so fucking pissed off at that book.